So here we have 3 different newborn fitteds from Sustainablebabyish or Sloomb, and they all are made with a bamboo type fabric. And as you can see, 2 of them have snaps and 1 of them does not. So right here we have the Overnight Bamboo Fitted, and this one is for your really heavy wetters. And then right here we have your Happy Little Cloud size 1, and it has a snap in insert as well. I'll show you later. And right here we have your Snapless Mini Fitted. So it's the small version of your Snapless multi-fitted that you'll see. So let me start with the Overnight Bamboo Fitted first, and we'll take a closer look. So here we have the Overnight Bamboo Fitted. This is a size small, and I think it starts fitting somewhere around 7 or 8 pounds, which is where my babies are when they're born. So I didn't really need the smaller size. However, I did grab one just because I was interested in seeing how it worked. And you can see the size difference between the two. This one is an extra small, you can see. And this one right here is the size small. And made just the same. The difference between the extra small and the size small is, as you can see, there is no snap down on the size small. Whereas on the extra small, you do have this snap down rise. And my daughter didn't fit in this one for very long, maybe to around 9 pounds. I don't really remember. It was during that stage where I really wasn't thinking too straight. But she really didn't fit in it for very long at all, and she really quickly moved into this one over here. So the insides are the same on both. You have an insert right here on both of them, and they also, I'm not sure where I put the added booster on this one, but they also have an added booster that you can put with it. So on top of your original booster right here, you have another one right here, and this is extremely absorbent. And honestly, I never used this extra piece. I never used it with my daughter. It wasn't necessary. I was changing her every 1 to 2 feedings at night. So she really did not soak it at all, even with this one right here, without the booster. She didn't soak it up at all. And it was kind of overkill. And with that, it really wasn't my favorite of the 3 Sloomb fitteds. You can see it's made with a t-shirt like bamboo fabric. It starts out really soft. It does stiffen over time. This bamboo fabric does get firm. It's not as soft as when it was first bought. Another reason why it wasn't my favorite choice. But it's still soft to an extent. It's not rough or anything. It's just more firm than I'd like on a newborn. On my older kids, my daughter's now over a half a year old, and for her it's not a problem at all with the firmer fabric. So I don't mind it on the larger sizes, but for the newborn it seems to be a bit overkill for absorbency, and it's not as soft or as cushy. And considering you have to get multiple sizes, it's really not the best cost effective that you can get either. So for me, I probably would skip this specific style diaper for the first couple months of newborn stage. They'll outgrow these, and you'll have to get the size medium by the time they're in about size 12 pounds or so. And this one might have fit until 14-ish pounds, but really when she was about 12 pounds, I stopped using this for her. So not my first recommendation for newborns. Great for older kids who wear them for much longer periods of time, and the size is nice because it's not too big or too small. So great for older kids, not my first pick for newborns. 2 weeks and about 8 pounds right here. You can see that you can use a snap down rise to expose the belly button. Hers came off at just a couple weeks old. And then you look at the legs and they are nice and snug. This is a really good fit on her and it fit really well. Here we are at 7 weeks and about 11 pounds. She's in the Sustainablebabyish newborn or size small nighttime fitted, and you can see it's fitting really well. Just a little bit below the belly button, and the legs aren't quite tight, but they do fit. Not quite as snug as they could be, but fit her pretty well. I only have the one soaker in. I don't have the additional one that they have with it. So we are getting her ready for bed because these work really well at nighttime for her. So here's a look at the Happy Little Clouds. This fabric right here is their velour fabric. So it's really, really soft, really, really squishy, even after many washes. So the velour fabric feels kind of like a velvet. It also comes in the terry fabric that you can get as well. The terry is a little bit less expensive, but I love the velour. And since these have snaps, you don't have to worry about pinning or snapping or anything like that. And this was probably one of my 2 favorite nighttime fitteds for my daughter. So it fit her from birth. If you can see, it's got snaps right here. I could get it nice and tight, but on top of that it has a snap down rise, so I was able to make it nice and small, and it really did fit her from birth. Her smallest size was 7 pounds, and I had no problems fitting that on her then. And it got as big as 14 pounds. So it fit her for a good 4 months before she outgrew this diaper. Really one of my favorites. It stays soft and squishy, unlike the Bamboo Overnight Fitted. So nice and squishy, nice and soft, snap down rise. You only need one size, whereas the Bamboo Overnight had 2 sizes to cover from birth all the way through about 14 pounds. So it lasts longer, great sizing. Again, it has the snap in right here, up in the front, snap in, snap out. And I like how it's in the front, so if you have a boy, you can fold it down to get more absorbency up the front, or you can just leave it open. I never had to fold it in the front. I have a little girl, so yeah, I really liked this one. And as I said, I didn't need the extra booster for this age group either, so highly recommend for the newborn phase. Here we are at 7 weeks and about 11 pounds. And we have the Happy Little Clouds, which are still fitting really well. And we've got a bit of room to grow on both legs. As you can see, it still fits really nicely. Oh, and she's ready to get ready for bed. And here we have the Snapless Mini Fitted. As I said, this one has the terry fabric that's kind of like a washcloth, really soft, even after many washings. You can also buy these in the velour fabric, as I mentioned earlier. And the velour fabric you cannot use snappies on. So unless you love doing pins, I would actually highly recommend that you would get the terry kind instead, because these actually work with snappies, whereas the velour does not. That can make a huge difference on which one you decide to use. Also, I did not find this easy to put snappies on even, and during the night is when I use fitteds for my baby. This would make a great during the day diaper, but I tend to keep just a nightlight on in the room so that I can't see that well, and snappies just don't like to attach themselves too strongly to this fabric, which made it really hard to get on in the dark. So I had to really mess with it a lot more in the dark, and I don't want to use pins in the dark either. So for me, these did not work at night at all. They were more of a daytime diaper. Absorbency wise, they are also more of a daytime diaper. So, and you can adjust the fit, which is wonderful. I love that about these. You can make them really small for tiny babies. Really little. But they also fit until about 14 pounds. But again, they were more of a daytime diaper because the only extra absorbency they have is just this one insert. It's the only insert that comes with it. So you would have to add more absorbency if you wanted to use them for anything besides daytime. So here she is in the Snapless Mini Fitted, about 3 weeks and 9.5-ish pounds. And you can see it really fits nice and snug with a pin right here. I also have the inside folded down to give it a perfect little fit. So here it is, nice and snug on the legs. It's really good for getting the perfect little fit because you can adjust it to whatever you want. So there is my review and comparison of the 3 newborn sized Sloomb fitted diapers. I hope this has been very helpful to you, and thank you so much for watching.